Hello everyone, welcome to Africa Business School. And today's topic we are going to be discussing about the amortization and the loan amortization schedules. So in today's topic we've got an example, straight to the point. Or before jumping to the question, I'll just give a brief hint on the uses of the amortization schedules. Amortization schedules are done to determine how much interest is to be paid on a given repayment of a loan compared on the repayment of the borrowed principal. So this shows how much principal someone who has borrowed a loan, how much interest someone who has borrowed a loan will pay back to the bank or a microfinance or wherever someone has gotten his or her debt. So I'm going to show you the steps on how to create an amortization schedule. A loan amortization schedule are done to determine how much interest is to be paid on any given repayment of a loan. So consider this question. Consider a debt of 1,100 is amortized by making equal payments at the end of every 6 months for 3 years, and interest is 6% compounded semi-annually. Construct an amortization schedule. So the question asks you to construct an amortization schedule. Number 1, you have to determine the value of the payment. You have to determine the value of the payment. So in determining the value of the payment, you use the formula for the present value of the annuity due. The debt that we have been given, 1,100, is the present value. The debt is the present value. So we use the formula for annuity due. So the formula says PV is equal to C open bracket 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n over I. So the elements in the formula, PV is the present value, C, these are payments or cash flows you'll be paying to the bank, I is the interest, then N is the number of payments. So from our example or from our question, our present value is $1,100. Then our interest, we have to adjust our interest. We are given our interest as 6%, but we know, we are told we pay, it is compounded semi-annually. It is compounded semi-annually, meaning you are paying twice a year. So you have to adjust your interest by dividing by 2. Same applies to the number of payments. So it means that you are having 2 payments per year. Multiplied by 3, the total number of payments is 6. Then if we substitute to our formula, it becomes 1,100 is equal to C. So we are looking for the value of C. C is our unknown. We're looking for the value of C, which is payments that you'll be paying or the cash flows. So then if you do your math by making C the subject of the formula, working these ones, working this bracket, you get 5.41719144439. Then you divide both sides by this figure. You divide 1100 by this figure, you must get 203.06. So every quarter, every 6 months, you are going to be paying $203.06. You are going to be paying $203.06. Then we go on to create our table. We go on to create our amortization table. So the amortization table contains 5 rows. First row we have payments, number of payments. Second row we have payment amount. Third row interest paid. Fourth row principal paid. And the fifth row the balance that is left from the paid principal. So first of all, you know we have 6 payments, but at time 0, this is where we initiated our loan. This is where we got our 1100. So we begin with time 0 where we borrowed our money. Then at time 1, this is the first payment. This is the first payment of our installments to the loan. So this payment, this row will be showing 6 payments: payment 1, payment 2, so payment 3, payment 4, payment 5, and payment 6. 6 payments for the 3 years, because 2 payments were made every year. Then from our working, we got the payment, we got the cash flow of $203.06. That is going to be in the row of payment amount. So the payment amount is uniform throughout the years, and every 6 months is uniform. It's 203.06 at time 1 up to at time 6. Then interest paid. How do we calculate the interest paid? The interest paid is calculated by saying interest times balance. Interest times balance. Which interest are we using? We are using 0.03, the previous interest we used in that working in calculating. So we are using 0.03 we got here to calculate the value of the interest. So you say interest per times balance. So for the first interest paid, we multiply 0.03 by 1100, so you get $33 for the first interest paid. Then for this first principal paid, you subtract the interest from the payment amount. You subtract the interest from the payment amount, so you get $170.03. So you subtract interest paid from the payment amount. Then the balance at time is equals to 1. You subtract your principal paid from the previous balance. 1,100 less $170.06 is equals to $929.94. Then for the next period, when time is equals to 2, you calculate your interest by saying percentage interest 0.03 times the previous balance $929.94. So you get $27.09. Then to calculate the principal paid, you say payment amount minus interest paid. You get the value of the principal paid, $175.16. So if you can realize the value of the principal paid as time goes on, it increases. Then the value of the balance, it decreases until it at time is equals to 6. It must be 0. Normally it doesn't become 0 because most of the figures were rounded up correct to 2 decimal places, but your value must be approximately 0, showing that you have paid up all your loan balance. So you use these formulas to complete the table. When time is equals to 3, you find your interest paid by saying 0.03, which is our interest percentage, by the previous balance 754.78. Then you get $22.64. Then next you calculate your principal paid when time is equals to 3 by saying 203.06 minus 22.64. You get 180.42 cents. Then after you calculate your balance when time is equals to 3 by saying previous balance minus current principal paid, which is $180.42. Then you get $574.36. $574.36. So that's how you calculate. Then you go on to complete the table until you get 0 in the final balance. So your principal, you must add, when you add up your principal paid, it must add up to $1,100. Then lastly, to be accurate, you can adjust your last payment so that you can get 0 there by saying $197.14 less 0.016, so that you can get your 0 to show that your loan was fully paid up. Thank you for your time. You can kindly like and subscribe to the channel for more and share to the others.